Hey everyone, welcome to It's Like Gaming. It's the weekend and Brian is sipping Mai Tais on a beach somewhere, so I'll hold it down for him while he soaks up some rays. But don't worry, we still got Aaron back there to provide color commentary that we need so much.
Yeah, I'm sure, shout out to that one person who's like, oh, Aaron's still there? Great, all right, yeah.
Aaron's still there, that's right. And that other guy that said we should fire Aaron, you, he's still here. On to the news! Usually games get better when they get patched, right? Well, that is unless your game is called Fallout 76. Wham, gotcha. Yeah, the game that launched under less than, finished circumstances somehow got more broken by a patch this week. Patch 11 attempted to fix a lot of issues regarding power armor maintenance, the low-level experience, and legendary loot drops, but somehow managed to break all those things even worse than they were already broken. Even players with enough patience to stick by the game until now are calling this one out, pleading with Bethesda to add a public test server to not only reveal these emergent bugs, but also to give the community a chance to try out the changes and provide feedback before patches are pushed to the game proper. Specifically, and this is one of my favorite things, to just go on the internet and see what people are saying. Lawrence on the street, basically, for Inside Gaming for you. Bethesda forum user Brokeback Fountain, which is an awesome name, by the way, asked Bethesda to, quote, give us a chance to be a bigger part in this game and let us work together and test these patches with you before it hits the live servers. After every patch, the community finds a lot of broken stuff in just a few minutes or hours. We could prevent those things, so.
And then he finished that up with saying, Bethesda, I just can't quit you.
No, he can't. And that was actually one of the more diplomatic responses, because that was on the Bethesda forums where you have to behave. It gets a lot spicier over on Reddit. Speaking of, let's go check out on Reddit. Reddit user KKennedy20 hit us with the all caps post saying, I'm f***ing livid about the legendary farming. I farmed for 3 hours and didn't get nothing, not even a POS armor. Sorry, buddy, and in case you just thought they were joking, they sound off with, I'm livid for real. So mad. I'm sorry, guys. It's sometimes somebody being mad is funny. Anyway, Bethesda even pushed away their most loyal fans with Incandescent Memer, again with a great name, posting, quote, I love and support the shit out of this game. I love all the new content. I like most of the community. I like that toss up there. But yeah, but went on to say this last patch is just bad. So what's the deal? Why is this patch busted? Well, apparently everything it tried to fix, it accidentally made way worse. Big old whoopsie on that one. Specifically, players are reporting power armor sets going missing, legendary monsters are disappearing before players can loot anything from them, and early game rewards have shifted from atoms, which are the game's premium currency, to in-game consumable items like stim packs. The rationale is that those would be more useful to you at lower levels, which is true. So that last one doesn't seem so bad actually, but it has led players to accuse Bethesda of constraining the flow of atoms, thus promoting more in-game purchasing of currencies, that old thing. Fears of over-monetization are ever present with games as service stuff. You know how the internet do. To Bethesda's credit, they were on it immediately. They deployed a hotfix for the reported issues just 3 hours ago, as of the time of writing. Anyway, the hotfix notes directly address the missing power armor and looting issues, so hopefully we're back to the same rickety, busted, incomplete Fallout 76 we all know and love. Regardless, deploying a patch that busts your busted game even more isn't the best look, especially when the game already has a reputation of being completely busted. Hey, speaking of busted, it seemed Kotaku cracked the hell out of a case regarding broken JoyCon controllers, which specifically I found out you can't pluralize Joy-Con. It's Joy-Con controllers, never Joy-Cons. Anyway, the Joy-Con expose followed a Reddit thread over on the Nintendo Switch subreddit that was posted last Saturday, July 13th. The thread detailed an issue now called JoyCon Drift, in which the analog sticks don't correctly return to their neutral position during play when you take your thumb off. This causes the Joy-Con to register ever so slight inputs that will cause characters to slowly walk in a direction or cameras to slightly rotate all the time. If it sounds annoying, it very much is. That sounds terrible. The original Reddit thread makes tons of great points on the matter, namely that the user in question was, quote, gentler than handling my own newborn child when using the Joy-Cons. Can't do that, because I heard about Joy-Con Drift. And that they, quote, shouldn't have to spend $4 in 2 weeks without my Joy-Cons for them to just come back and break again in 4 months. Yeah, that kinda sucks. I gotta admit, I'm not a victim of that. I've done far worse things to my Joy-Cons. We'll get to that. Joy-Con controllers, we'll get to that in a minute. So the issue spread like wildfire from there, supposedly because a lot of people are experiencing this problem right now and just assumed it was only them. Kind of like, that weird thing I got on my back. Once I tell people about it, turns out everybody's got weird things on their back. So for example, Nintendo won the unfortunate timing contest of the month by announcing new Joy-Con colors this week. The replies to that are not, they're expressive. We'll say that. For example, @HorribleRobot is out there saying, fix the drifting problem, you clowns! More caps, I love it. It, goes on and on. Twitter will be what it'll be. And the ambulance chasing has already begun here too. The very professional sounding law firm Chemicals, Schwartz, Kreiner, and Donaldson Smith posted a forum soliciting information from those affected by JoyCon Drift. Why? Because they smell that sweet class action money in the air. Oh, it's like raining manna from heaven. So they haven't actually filed a case against Nintendo yet. But surely if enough people fill out that form, they'd be delighted to. Just a heads up for you guys, class action lawsuits are fun and all, but you get almost no money out of them. At best, you're gonna get a $5 check about 2 years from now, so look forward to that. Really, the only winners in class action lawsuits are the lawyers, it's typically said. But anyway, just do what I did when I dropped my Joy-Con because I thought it'd be a good idea to play Octopath Traveler on an exercise bike. Just buy cheap replacement parts from China and fix the damn thing yourself. It only takes a whole grip of specialty tools and a lot of patience and watching YouTube videos because those little guys are just crammed full of gizmos, man. Rumble, motion tracking, IR, it's a tight fit in those little guys. On to spending money on tiny, cute little things. PopCap, remember them, came out of nowhere to announce Plants vs. Zombies 3. Yeah, remember PopCap? They used to make a lot of awesome stuff like Peggle and Bookworm Adventures, and then EA bought them, and that stopped. But hey, Plants vs. Zombies 3, and it's available now, sorta, kinda. So, you've heard about early access on PC, right? And a full price for an unfinished game. Everyone loves it. Everyone knows it.
Yeah.
Well,
Woo!
yeah. Applause for paying $50 for something that's broken. Well, now they're taking that daring business model right to mobile, where you can install the Plants vs. Zombies 3 pre-alpha only on the Google Play Store. And boy, that sentence is just crammed of a bunch of raunchy stuff all right together. It gets better though. You only get to play this incomplete mobile game if you're lucky. The announcement post states that, quote, a limited number of downloads will be available for players in phases. So if the option to download isn't available at first, be sure to check that page another day for your chance to play. So I wasn't one of the lucky pre-alpha winners, so I guess I'll check back tomorrow, or, I don't know, play a game that's done and out right now. But PopCap's back, yay! They didn't release anything last
By the
year.
way, I pulled up the FAQ for this, and my two favorite questions are, is the Plants vs. Zombies 3 pre-alpha free to play? Yes, the Plants vs. Zombies pre-alpha is free to play. Will there be microtransactions? Quote, there are no microtransactions during pre-alpha.
Oh, they're gonna crack it wide open.
Oh, get ready for those surprise mechanics, guys.
Once alpha hits, it's all monetization all the time. Yeah, moving on to a game that'll probably be finished when it actually comes out. Luigi's Mansion 3 has a release date, and it's the spookiest date of all. I didn't know how much to overplay that. Was that too much? It might have been too much. Anyway, prepare to cower and wince with everyone's favorite beta plumber on October 31st. Yep, that's Halloween, baby. Halloween. Hallows Even. Hallows Evening. All Halloween. All Hallows Eve. All Saints Eve is another name for it. Yes, I looked up all the various names of Halloween on Wikipedia. What about it? At least I learned something today. For example, did you know that Halloween begins the 3-day observance of All Hallowtide, the period of the liturgical year when we all remember the dead, including saints, martyrs, and the faithful departed? Well, now you do.
I did, actually.
Oh, of course you do. You're the resident Inside Gaming goth. You just need to get the eyeshadow. There, you've been branded now. Now everybody's gonna call you the goth kid. At least I hope so.
Great.
So yeah, Ubisoft reported their Q1 2019 results this week, and the house that Wristblades built is happy to report that everything's great. Everything's nifty. Goodness at an all-time high. That's right, higher than expected performance across the board, with the notable milestone that PC is now the publisher/developer's top revenue generator. Weird. The platform accounted for 34% of their overall net bookings in the quarter, which is wild considering that's up 24% from the same period last year. The revenue got a lift from, well, hold on, try and guess. Assassin's Creed? Dumb. Rainbow Six Siege? Stupid. Watch Dogs? Woof. No, it was Anno 1800. The PC-exclusive city building game significantly contributed to the PC's performance in the quarter, which is weird, because as far as I can tell, it's a game about watching old boats cruise around for hours. I don't know, Aaron, are you an Anno guy?
Well, you know, I tried Anno a little bit in college, but what are we talking about?
Boats.
Oh, yeah, there were a few sailors involved.
Jesus, you had wild days, man. I'm starting to think you might not be the goth one anymore. Anyway, not to mention that as far as the PC is concerned, Ubisoft did switch publishing through the Epic Games Store for PC titles like The Division 2. Ubisoft CEO Yves Guillemot did not link the two explicitly though, saying, quote, "We can't give much information on that because we have been with Epic for a short time now. What we can say is we are working very well hand in hand to make sure we can grow sales directly now between our Uplay store, which is doing extremely well, and the Epic store that is growing step by step. So overall, when you take Uplay and the Epic store, we are very happy with what we are achieving." So maybe you didn't want to feed the trolls here. people tend to scrape for any negativity they can about the Epic Game Store, our channel kind of included there. Still, they aren't the only ones rolling in Epic Game Store cash. Metro Exodus sounds like it did very well on the PC too. Back in May 2019, THQ Nordic CEO Lars Wingefors told PC Games Inn that Epic Game Store is in fact the group's leading digital platform in terms of revenue generated by unit sales in the quarter ending March. So maybe Tim Sweeney wasn't lying to us when he said the Epic Game Store really would help PC games. No, he was definitely lying. Great work by Brian there, always insightful. Okay, let's move on to some games coming out next week. We got some big stuff on the list for this week, it's exciting. Up first, finally making its way to the PC via the Epic Game Store, it's Quantum Dreams Beyond Two Souls! The game stars Ellen Page and Willem Dafoe, and it's the story of Jodie Holmes, a girl with a connection to a powerful entity, and her journey across the globe. Like other Quantum Dream games, the story is guided by your choices, sort of, with multiple endings, sort of, and a number of dramatic moments along the way. Dramatic in air quotes. It'll be available on the Epic Game Store on July 22nd. Porting to the Switch, it's Rise, Race the Future. This arcade racing game puts you behind the wheel of some futuristic cars while you race your way across 4 worlds in pursuit of 8 championships. It has been available on Steam for a little while now, but you can pick it up on the Switch on July 22nd. In Swords and Souls Never Seen, you've been shipwrecked on an island and are now caught up in a struggle between a witch and the local townsfolk. To take the witch out, you'll need to battle baddies across the island in the single-player action RPG that uses mini-games to train up your character's stats. You can also tame pets and team up with mercenaries to help you along the way, so that's helpful. It's coming out on PC on July 22nd. And it's happening. It's happening finally. All the experimentation that Aaron did in college is finally gonna pay off. Coming to the PC, Oculus Rift, and the Vive next week, it's Tetris Effect. This beautiful Tetris experience came out late last year for PS4 and PSVR, and garnered a number of very well-earned accolades along the way. Now it'll support unlocked frame rates and resolutions on PC, making the game just that much more beautiful. I'm so excited. It's releasing on July 23rd via the Epic Game Store. It's worth the trip. Diction intended. Atomic Chef describes itself as a resource management puzzler, where you design kitchens and program machinery to create the automated restaurant of the future. You use conveyor belts, robotic arms, grills, sensors, and more to create complex machines that can take orders and provide the perfect burgers, hot dogs, fried chicken, and now I'm hungry. Think of it like Satisfactory meets Overcooked, you know? You can grab this one on PC and Switch on July 23rd. That actually sounds pretty cool. And this is another one of those games where we're just gonna read the stream description because, oh boy, it's a good one. All right, here we go. Powerumi is a modern shoot 'em up set in a retro-futuristic sci-fi pre-Columbian universe. You'll take control of the almighty ship Chukaru and its 3 unique weapons. Shoot wisely to either do double damage, heal yourself, or charge your super attack. At one point, the trailer said, confront the Neo-Aztec apocalypse, and I wasn't really sure what that meant, but I think I like it. Powerumi is already available on Steam, but it's coming to Xbox One and Switch on July 24th. Alea is a bi-level eatery with a Greek island vibe in New York City that I guess Aaron knows about for some reason. It's also the name of a surreal sci-fi episodic adventure game porting over to the PS4. And 2073, explorers and colonists leave Earth to colonize a distant exoplanet known as Solace. I'm kind of on board already. On board that ship is Alea's husband, Ethan. But when the ship goes radio silent after reaching its destination, Alea joins a recovery mission to find out what went wrong. It's coming out on PS4 on July 25th. Were you hungry when you were writing the script? Is that what's going on?
No, it was the first thing that came up whenever I Googled the name. So
I like that.
I was like, you know what? Throw it in there, why not?
Yeah, sure. Turok is back, baby, only this time he's freaking adorable. This is a weird left that I don't think anyone expected. You play as one of the Turoks as you adventure with Andar through the dangerous Lost Valley. Use your knife and bow and fight your way through deadly and cute enemies to help chibi little Turok get home safely. It's coming out on the PC on July 25th. In Smoot's Summer Games, which is a great title, you and up to 3 other friends can get together and compete in 18 arcade athletic events to see who can go home with the gold medal. And who's gonna go back to their home country a disgrace, just an utter failure, probably forced to live destitute for the rest of their days. Should have trained harder, loser. You can pick this one up on PS4, Xbox One, and Switch on July 25th. In the 2D adventure platformer Songbird Symphony, you play as Burb, an orphaned chick that loves to sing. Use chirps and music to guide Burb's way through a pixel art world and defeat bosses in rhythmic battles. That sounds charming as hell. It's releasing on July 25th for PC, PS4, and Switch. In Tetsumo Party, you need to get your sumo warrior into the right pose to make it through the dreaded sliding bamboo walls. You can play it by yourself or join up with your friends in cooperative mode where each player controls a different limb. There's also a local versus mode if you want to test out your sumo pose on your friends. The game does warn, quote, this game features a nude sumo in humorous context. No ding-dongs, just buttocks. I gotta admit, no ding-dongs, that takes a harsh point away from my review rating, but you can get your party on starting July 26th on PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. And finally, our last 3 are some real big ones, so it was worth the wait. First, let's kill some Nazis, hell yeah. Wolfenstein Cyber Pilot is a VR game set in Nazi-controlled Paris. As the best hacker in the city, it's your job to take over powerful Nazi war machines and use them to gun down Nazis and burn your way to liberation, hell yeah. You can pick up Wolfenstein Cyber Pilot on Vive and PSVR on July 26th. Also, there's a game called Cyber Pilot, so you should probably buy it. Next, let's kill some more Nazis, yeah! Wolfenstein Youngblood is the first modern co-op adventure game in the Wolfenstein series. You play as BJ Blazkowicz's twin daughters, Jess and Soph, who are also trying to liberate Paris from the Nazis. You can play by yourself or team up with a friend, and together you can plan how and when to attack and dismantle the Nazi regime using a badass arsenal of weapons, gadgets, and abilities. More ancient Jewish power armor, god I fucking love it. Wolfenstein Youngblood is coming out on PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch, of all platforms, on July 26th. Finally, I'm not sure if there are Nazis in this game or not, but if there are, we're gonna kill them, turn-based style. In Fire Emblem Three Houses, you're a professor at the prestigious Officers Academy where you will lead your students both in the classroom and on the battlefield. Choose between 3 houses, the Black Eagles, the Blue Lions, and the Silver Snakes. Okay, so that last one isn't true. That's actually a team from Legends of the Hidden Temple. It's actually the Red Jaguars. Except it isn't. That's also still a team from Legends of the Hidden Temple. God, I missed that show. The third house is actually the Golden Deer, or maybe they're all teams from Legends of the Hidden Temple. Who knows? To find out, you'll have to pick up Fire Emblem's Three Houses for your Switch on July 26th. And that'll do it for the Roundup. Thank you for watching this week. Aaron, how are you gonna spend your weekend?
You know, I've got a D&D game on Sunday, so I've got to prep that on Saturday.
Hard drugs. Gotcha. I'll be doing the same. Tuesday! Despite years of terrible headlines, GameStop is still soldiering on.
That's right, our favorite store that could, well, did, and now can't, has a new plan to save itself from shoppers that don't want to spend $55 on a used game. Are you kidding me?
Jesus Christ, $55? The disc's not even in the case. GameStop's new plan is to, quote, reaffirm its place in the video game culture by converting their stores into hip, cool places that